All right, let's dive in. Today, we're cracking open the AI Practitioner's Playbook. And, forget all the high level theory for a second. This is all about getting practical. It's a field manual for putting AI to work on your actual business tasks, like today, right now.
So here's a question for you. Are you ready to build your very first AI assistant in the next 5 minutes? Seriously, that's the mission today. We are moving past just learning about AI and we're going to start doing something with it.
Just think about your typical workday for a sec. It's probably filled with tasks just like these, right? Writing emails, pulling together agendas, summarizing those super long reports, all that repetitive, kind of time-sucking stuff. Well, that is the perfect place to start. That's the low-hanging fruit where AI can step in and become this incredibly powerful assistant for you. Okay, first things first, we're making a big shift here. We're going from just learning to actually doing, because let's be honest, that's where the real value is. And the goal here is super simple. We're going to apply these skills to real tasks, stuff you actually do at your job. And here's the promise. By the time we're done here, you will have a fully deployed AI workflow ready to go immediately.
So how do we actually get there? Well, we're not just going to wing it. We're going to use a simple, repeatable framework. Think of it as your map for this mission. It's called the 5-step execution loop.
And here it is. This is your field manual. It's a straightforward process you can use for pretty much any task you can think of, whether it's a quick email or a really complex report. So let's break it down.
The loop itself is really simple. First, you identify a task. Then you give the AI a basic prompt and just run it. But then, and this is probably the most important part, you review and you refine the output. It's that back and forth, that feedback cycle that takes a generic draft and turns it into a final polished asset you can actually use.
Okay, let's zoom in on what is arguably the most important skill you're going to develop here, the art of the prompt. Honestly, the best way to think about an AI is like a really smart but very literal intern. It will do exactly what you tell it to do, which means you've got to be super clear with your instructions. I mean, just look at the difference here. A lazy prompt like write email, what do you get? A generic mess that you have to completely rewrite. But an effective prompt, one that gives context, tone, and details, that gives the AI everything it needs to give you a genuinely useful first draft. Specificity is your superpower here. And you know that review and refine step we talked about? It's really just a conversation. You don't have to stress about getting the prompt perfect on the first try. Just talk to the tool. Tell it, hey, make that shorter. Or can you make this sound more formal? Or turn all of this into bullet points. It's all about that back and forth. All right, before we actually deploy our first workflow, we need to cover some ground rules. Think of this as our rules of engagement, the stuff you absolutely need to know to use AI smartly and, more importantly, safely. Let's focus on two really big ones. Rule number one, AI is a drafting tool. It's your assistant, not the boss. You are always the final decision maker, the final editor. And rule number two, build small. Don't try to solve some massive problem all at once. Instead, chain small, simple steps together. That's where you'll find the big wins. Now, here's maybe the most critical checkpoint of all. The mantra is trust but verify. You have to remember, AI can sometimes hallucinate. It can literally just make stuff up. So the protocol is non-negotiable. You always read the output, you edit it so it sounds like you, and you confirm any facts or data it gives you. At the end of the day, you are responsible for what you put out there. A really easy way to think about this is in terms of safety zones, a red zone and a green zone. The red zone is a hard no. Absolutely no confidential company data, no personal records, no passwords, nothing sensitive. You want to stick to the green zone. That's stuff like drafting documents, brainstorming ideas, basically anything using public information. Okay, you've got the framework. You know the rules. It is time to put it all together and finally accomplish our mission. Let's build your first workflow. Check this out. On the left, you see the abstract blueprint, the idea. And on the right, you see it in action with a real-world example, generating a weekly project update email. This is the perfect illustration of how a simple template can turn into a seriously powerful, time-saving tool for those tasks you do over and over again. So, your personal workflow is going to have 4 simple parts. You've got the input, that's the trigger, the process, that's your core reusable prompt, validation, that's your trust but verify step, and finally, the asset, that's the finished product that you save to your library. And now, it's your turn. This is the execution challenge. I'm serious. I want you to pause right now and actually do this. Pick a real task from your job, use a simple prompt, then improve the output with another command, and finalize it. Don't move on until you run through one workflow. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay, now that you've built one, let's talk about how to scale this up. The key is don't reinvent the wheel. Every single time you write a really effective prompt, save it. You're not just saving a few minutes here and there, you're building a powerful library of your own prompts, your own intellectual property. That's going to make you ridiculously efficient over time. So there you have it. Your new AI toolkit is built on these 6 pillars. Remember, it's a tool. Be clear with your prompts. Use it for efficiency. Always verify the output. Keep your data secure and keep things simple. Your toolkit is officially ready to go. So the only question left is, what are you going to automate first?